What I will say is, when I lived out here, I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. That was my mindset. I was not in that headspace. I would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way.
If you thought Part 1 exposed Erika Kirk, buckle up because Part 2 is a full-blown scandal storm. The lies, the manipulations, and yes, the men all come crashing together in ways that make reality TV look like a nursery rhyme. It's from Secret. Deals no one knew about 2 explosive betrayals that hit harder than a viral tweet. Erika's story keeps spiraling, and the truth? Well, it's darker than anyone expected. Sources close to the chaos say she's been weaving narratives that leave friends, family, and followers questioning everything they thought they knew. And the men. Let's just say their involvement turns each chapter from messy to catastrophic. From power plays to shocking cover-ups, Part 2 peels back the layers, exposing a web of deception that's so intricate it makes a crime thriller look like a sitcom subplot. Fans are already buzzing. Who can be trusted? What's real? And how deep does this rabbit hole go? The answers will shock you, outrage you, and have you scrolling screenshots like your life depends on it. Erika Kirk isn't just a story, she's a full-scale headline and Part 2. It's the kind of scandal you can't look away from. If you thought Erika Kirk's story ended with Part 1, think again. What we're about to dive into is messier, darker, and far more chaotic because in the world of Erika Kirk, the lies don't stop. The games don't end. And the men? Oh, the men just keep multiplying like rabbits in a drama factory. It all starts with the same pattern: trust, charm, and manipulation. Erika has perfected the art of storytelling, weaving narratives so convincing that people often forget to question them until it's too late. She's built a persona that's part victim, part mastermind, and part wildcard dand. The result? A trail of confusion, heartbreak, and chaos that seems to follow her like a shadow. The men in her life are no afterthought. Each one has played a part in the ongoing saga, sometimes willingly, sometimes as pawns in her ever-expanding game. Names that were whispered in Part 1 are now fully exposed. And the connections are more twisted than a Hollywood crime drama. Some of these men were involved in business deals, others in personal betrayals. And almost all of them found themselves caught in situations that made them question everything they thought they knew about her. And then there's the lies themselves. Erika's stories don't just bend reality, they snap it like a twig. From small fibs designed to manipulate emotions to full-blown deceptions that could ruin reputations. She operates with a level of audacity that borders on genius. One source described it as watching a chess master play against opponents who think they're playing checkers. And in this game, the stakes are real. Money, relationships, influence, and yes, lives. The most shocking part? Many of the men involved didn't just enable the lies, they actively participated, either knowingly or unknowingly, in amplifying them. Some were blinded by trust, others by desire, and a few by sheer curiosity. But the result is the same: a tangled web that's nearly impossible to untangle without consequences. Every revelation leads to another question, and every answer exposes another lie, creating a cycle that keeps spiraling out of control. What makes Part 2 particularly explosive? Is the scope of the deception? This isn't just about one lie here or there. Erika's story stretches across months, sometimes years, touching every part of her world and the men involved. Their connections create a network that makes the situation exponentially more volatile. Social media posts, screenshots, and whispered rumors combine into a mosaic of scandal that no casual observer could have predicted. Fans and followers are already reacting, torn between fascination and outrage. Some sympathize with the victims of Erika's schemes. Others defend her as misunderstood, and many are just watching in disbelief, unable to turn away from the spectacle. The commentary online reads like a modern Greek tragedy, with every new post escalating the drama and every reaction fueling the fire. And then there's the question of accountability. Erika has been known to shift narratives, redirect attention, and rewrite history in ways that leave people questioning what actually happened. The men involved, caught in her orbit, often struggle to maintain their own credibility while being dragged through public scrutiny. And for outsiders, it's a lesson in how charisma, cunning, and relentless storytelling can bend reality in ways that feel impossible to resist. But let's not forget the personal toll. These lies have consequences: relationships strained, friendships shattered, reputations damaged, and trust eroded. Erika's manipulations are not harmless games. They leave scars, both public and private. And as the second part of this saga unfolds, it becomes increasingly clear that the story isn't just about deception, it's about power, control, and the high cost of playing a masterful game of influence in a world where every secret eventually surfaces. What makes this story riveting, of course, is the unpredictability. Just when you think you've seen the full picture, another revelation emerges. A new lie, a hidden connection, or a betrayal that reframes everything you thought you knew. The men involved suddenly find themselves reconsidering their decisions, questioning alliances, and bracing for fallout that could affect everything from their personal lives to public perception and the social media. Storm shows no sign of slowing. Screenshots resurface, old posts are reinterpreted, and online sleuths dig relentlessly for connections that could reveal the next shocking twist. Each discovery fans make online feels like opening a Pandora's box, because every revelation seems to lead to another lie, another secret, another scandal waiting to explode by the end of this first wave of Part 2. The story has already escalated beyond mere gossip. Erika Kirk is no longer just a figure in her own narrative. She's become the epicenter of a swirling storm of deception, intrigue, and public obsession. And the men connected to her are not just supporting characters, they're central players, whose decisions, alliances, vulnerabilities will shape the next chapters of this unfolding drama. Part 2 isn't just an update. It's a deep dive into a labyrinth of lies, manipulations, and dangerous connections that redefine everything we thought we knew about Erika Kirk. And if you thought Part 1 was shocking, brace yourself. The lies are bigger, the stakes are higher, and the drama is more explosive than ever before. Because in the world of Erika Kirk, nothing is simple, nothing is honest, and everything is possible. And the men involved, well, they're along for the ride whether they signed up for it or not by the time Part 2 rolls into full swing. The storm around Erika Kirk is no longer just a small ripple, it's a full-blown tidal wave. The lies, manipulations, and tangled web of men involved are multiplying so fast it makes your head spin like a TikTok algorithm on Red Bull. And the reactions. Let's just say social media has officially declared itself the ER of Erika Kirk's every post. Every screenshot, every cryptic comment is like a defibrillator for drama. The men in Erika's orbit are now fully exposed, and the reactions are priceless. Some are defending her like loyal soldiers in a loyalty war they didn't even know they signed up for. Others are scrambling, deleting posts, and quietly untagging themselves from photos, like they just realized they accidentally joined the Hunger Games of lies. And the rest, they're somewhere in between, watching the chaos unfold like spectators. At a demolition derby, popcorn in hand. One particularly juicy revelation comes from Erika's network of past relationships, connections that were carefully hidden in Part 1 now fully surface. These aren't minor footnotes. We're talking deals, alliances, and interactions that had very real consequences, both legally and socially. It's the kind of thing that, if you're on the outside looking in, makes you clutch your phone like it's a lifeline to sanity. Of course, the internet did not disappoint. Memes exploded faster than anyone could track. One viral post pictured Erika holding a puppet labeled Truth, with strings attached to a series of men who clearly had no idea they were in the show. Another turned Erika into a chess queen, with every pawn representing one of the men she allegedly manipulated because nothing says mastermind like a digital chessboard of real-life casualties. And naturally, TikTok users created reenactments of some of the most outrageous claims, complete with slow-motion, dramatic music, because why settle for reality when you can dramatize it for millions? Public outrage and fascination collided in spectacular fashion. Fans debated endlessly in comment sections, some taking sides, some just watching in morbid curiosity, and others trying to decode the real story through the lens of Instagram captions and cryptic tweets. Some theorists even began connecting Erika to long-forgotten posts from other influencers, creating conspiracy threads that were more tangled than any Netflix true crime docuseries. But here's the thing. Erika's lies are a living, breathing organism. Every lie spawns another. Every story leads to a new twist. And every man involved becomes both witness and participant in an escalating saga that refuses to stop. The energy online is electric. One moment, people are laughing. The next, they're outraged. Ha! And in the next, they're theorizing how this will affect careers, relationships, and possibly the space-time continuum of social media drama itself. Some of the men caught in the crossfire have started speaking carefully. Of course, because any statement can be twisted into a new viral headline. Their admissions are like opening cans of soda in a hurricane. Every fizz, every leak, every tiny pop explodes into a storm of speculation. And of course, this only fuels Erika's mythos. The more people react, the more her web of influence seems untouchable. One of the wildest parts of Part 2 is the escalation of stakes. Erika isn't just spinning personal stories anymore, she's influencing public perception, social circles, and even financial relationships. Each revelation seems to tip the balance, turning private disputes into public spectacles and leaving everyone involved scrambling to maintain credibility. And while some men have tried to distance themselves, the gravitational pull of Erika's drama is too strong. Once you're in the orbit, there's no easy escape. Social media continues to act like both judge and jury. Every screenshot, every leaked DM, every cryptic post is dissected like a forensic report. While Erika's moves are analyzed frame by frame, word by word, people are obsessed, not just because the lies are shocking, but because the chaos has a rhythm, a cadence, and a theatrical flair that makes it impossible to ignore. It's storytelling at its most outrageous, and the audience can't look away. And the men, well, they're learning lessons the hard way. Some were naive enough to think they could handle Erika's narratives, only to find themselves unexpectedly dragged into public debates, called out by fans, and paraded in memes like unwilling characters in a soap opera. Others are realizing that no amount of clarification can undo the perception that has already spread like wildfire. Meanwhile, Erika herself seems to thrive in the chaos. Every reaction, every misstep, every public argument is like fuel to her. Fire. She's a maestro orchestrating a symphony of manipulation with the men caught in her life as both instruments and audience. And the more the world watches, the more the story grows. Even critics admit it's hard to deny her skill at spinning narratives that keep people hooked, outraged, and begging for the next update. By now, Part 2 has officially become a cultural event. People aren't just following Erika Kirk there, analyzing her moves, predicting her next lie, and speculating on the next man who might appear in her orbit. It's a living, breathing scandal that feels like it could explode further at any moment. And while some of the men are quietly regretting their involvement, Erika's story continues to dominate headlines, feeds, and group chats like a wildfire that refuses to be contained. What's truly terrifying and fascinating is how Erika has normalized the art of deception as entertainment. The lies, the men, the consequences, they're all part of a performance that blurs the line between reality, and spectacle. And in this performance, the audience isn't just watching, they're participating, analyzing, laughing, theorizing, and sometimes taking sides. Part 2 leaves us with one undeniable truth. The story of Erika Kirk is far from over. The lies continue to multiply, the men continue to be entangled, and the public continues to consume every revelation like it's the season finale of a binge-worthy drama. And the biggest twist. Just when you think the chaos has peaked, Erika finds a new way to append expectations, leaving everyone wondering who will be dragged into her web next and what shocking truth will surface tomorrow. By the time we get to the aftermath, it's clear. Erika Kirk's chaos isn't just a story, it's a full-blown cultural earthquake. The lies, the manipulations, and the men tangled in her orbit have left a trail of confusion, public outrage, and memes that will survive longer than most celebrity careers. But unlike a normal scandal, this one doesn't fade, it evolves. Every revelation from Part 2 has set the stage for even more drama, and the consequences are just starting to land. Some of the men involved are reeling. Relationships are strained, reputations are bruised, and private conversations are now public fodder. Some are scrambling to distance themselves, deleting old posts and muting notifications like frantic firefighters trying to contain a wildfire. Others, of course, are still caught in the whirlwind, unable to escape Erika's gravitational pull. And for every man entangled, there's another layer of lies waiting to surface, threatening to expose secrets no one was ready to handle. The public, they're obsessed. Social media is still ablaze with discussions, memes, and conspiracy threads dissecting every move Erika has made. People are theorizing about who's next, what lies are still hidden, and whether any of the men involved will ever recover their credibility. TikTok reenactments, Instagram exposes, and Twitter investigations have turned Erika's life into an ongoing reality, drama complete with plot twists that even the most seasoned writers couldn't invent. Meanwhile, Erika herself seems untouchable. Every reaction, every scandal, every viral screenshot only fuels her mystique. She's a master of controlling narratives, turning rumors into spectacle, manipulation into entertainment, and private drama into public obsession. The chaos she leaves behind isn't just collateral, it's part of the performance. And the world can't look away. The long-term consequences are striking. Friends question loyalty, families feel strain, and the men involved are now cautious about every interaction. Erika's lies haven't just impacted her own reputation, they've sent ripples across every life she touches. And the bigger lesson: in the digital age, perception often matters more than truth. And Erika Kirk has proven she knows exactly how to manipulate both. By the end of Part 2, one thing is clear: the story is far from over. Erika Kirk isn't just a character in a scandal, she's the architect of a living, breathing drama that constantly evolves. The men entangled in her web have learned the hard way that involvement carries consequences. The public has learned that fascination can be dangerous. And the world has learned that some people are born to thrive in chaos. And while the dust settles just enough for a moment of silence, the next lie, the next betrayal, the next shocking twist is already waiting. Because in the world of Erika Kirk, there are no endings. Only chapters, escalating stakes, and a drama so wild that everyone watching can't help but ask, who's next? What's real? And how deep does this rabbit hole really go? If you thought Part 1 was shocking and Part 2 was explosive, just remember, Part 3 proves that in Erika Kirk's world, the chaos never sleeps, the lies never end, and the men, well, they're never off the hook. All right? Listen up, because if you made it this far, congratulations, you officially survived another roller coaster of Erika Kirk chaos. If Part 2 had you clutching your phone, spilling your coffee, or questioning every Instagram story you've ever scrolled past, do yourself a favor and smash that like button like it owes you money. Seriously, this isn't a drill. This is Eric-level drama. and it deserves nothing less than full engagement. Drop a comment right now. Who do you think is next in Erika's web? Which man got played the hardest? And don't hold back, we read every single word. This is your moment to weigh in, speculate, and let the world know where you stand. If you're new here, hit subscribe like your life depends on staying ahead of the chaos, because we're breaking down scandals faster than the internet can. Gossip, the lies, the drama, the shocking revelations, they never stop, and neither do we. Stay messy, stay entertained, and stay ready. Because in Erika Kirk's world, there's always a new twist waiting just around the corner.